A cat scratch, a whiplash, a witch hunt in black. Sandpaper. Sandpaper dancing my skin.
Oh, I always mess up your last name.
Chris Jerk. That's even better.
No, I thought I have a speech impediment.
What's that? Say Jer. Co. Easy.
I said it Jericho one time. And
That's all right.
Tina almost beat my ass.
It's the worst. It gets like people spell it wrong. When I went one of the first times I ever went to wrestle, it was in like Pomona, California, at a Mexican flea market, and they called me Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho. So call me whatever you want. Yeah, just don't call me late for dinner. Boom, boom.
So I love your little podcast you actually got going on.
You're a nice little podcast.
Well, you're so multi-talented. I mean, is there anything else? I know you've done the on-air radio with Sirius XM on Nikki 6. You've done your podcast. I mean, is there anything else you want to branch out with besides?
I don't really like have a list of things. It's just that when things come my way that I think I can do, I like to try and do them. I've always loved radio. I had a radio show when I was in college. And podcasting is really cool because having a radio show is great, but you're playing a lot of music, which is awesome. But I really like the long, in-depth conversations you can have with a podcast. Because a lot of times, like, for example, Kerry King, good friend of mine, I just saw him for like 2 minutes. He came and saw our show. Now I'm going to go see his show. But you don't get a chance to really talk.
Yeah, it's hard.
When you do a podcast and you have 45 minutes or an hour, you can actually have a really cool conversation. That's what's interesting for me when I do my podcast, because I have a lot of variety of different guests. But if I find it interesting, then I'm trusting. I'm asking my fans to trust me that they'll find it interesting too.
Yeah. Now I was following your Instagram, and you gave us a little tease. Is this going to be your new album art cover?
Well, that's actually it's a single, so it's like it's not the new album art, but we love the idea. The song is called One Crazed Anarchist.
If you guys can't see it, I know. I'm sorry, but Instagram.
And I just thought of the idea of like the A, but focusing on the F in there, so it could be kind of the new iconic image, like the VH symbol, right? Or the Black Veil Brides, like the brass knuckles thing. So
yeah,
we'll see.
You guys don't have a little brand symbol.
Well,
yet,
we
or
do
anything.
have kind of the F, the Fozzy F, which I got that tattooed a couple years ago, and a lot of fans have gotten that. But this seems like kind of the next step for that.
Yeah, it goes with the whole anarchy thing.
Yeah.
Like Sons of Anarchy too, kind of feel.
I guess so, right. One Crazed Anarchist is the name of the song, so it kind of does. It's a little symbiosis there. That's a good word.
Ooh,
symbiosis. I think I used that in the correct context.
So that's going to be your next single coming out for the radio world, or?
Yeah. Well, I mean, what happens is, and this is what I'm learning now. L.A. Can I call you L.A.?
Yeah,
Okay. Or is it Miss Rocks?
Miss Rock Cox, that's what it is.
So what happens is, I mean, our record comes out July 22nd. It's called "Do You Want to Start a War?" So the first single came out already. Lights Go Out, and it's building a buzz. It's doing great. So all this is focused on the release of the album. So now you can do a pre-order May 25th or 26th. So there's another track available. If you pre-order, you get an extra track, and this is the extra track, One Crazed Anarchist. So it's not even a single. It's just the bonus track if you pre-order. It's on the record, so it's another preview, I guess. So all this stuff I'm learning about the business side of the music business. I like the music part. The business part, I'm just learning.
Yeah, it's hard.
I know, it is, right?
This is my first year at Rock on the Range, and it's like, it's my first real
How do you
year.
like it?
I like it. I'm just thrown off. I went to Carolina Rebellion. I saw you there, and you were amazed on the
Thank you.
Master stage, and it's just crazy that there's this many people here. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, at our station, we're the redheaded stepchild. Like, Rock always gets pushed aside. It's like, oh, you're not going anywhere.
And what city?
North Carolina, New Bern.
Okay, so yeah, rock and roll kind of it gets a bad rap. You know, some major cities like New York and Chicago, even LA, they don't even have rock stations, which blows my mind. Because you come to a place like Rock on the Range, and dude, there's 50,000 people there. I mean, we played, our set, and there was got to be 25,000 people there.
Show this weekend.
Right,
This whole
but
weekend.
for every stage,
Yeah.
not just for inside the stadium, but the two side stages as well. Every band is having great shows and having great crowds, and that's an amazing. It's really cool because you see stuff like this in England, in the UK, in Europe. They have festival season, June, July, August, and shows like this happen all the time. There's dozens of them. In the States now, we're finally kind of jumping aboard that. Carolina Rebellion, Rock on the Range, Rocklahoma. They're becoming must-see shows before you even see what bands are on it, and that's good for us.
And I think also these big festivals, like, I know I'm bad about this, but I don't really connect to a band until I see you perform live.
Right.
I'm not gonna fall in love with you until I see how
Yeah.
Your light up coat. I'm just gonna say that I would definitely rock. Real
Thank you.
bad.
It's funny. It actually died. I had to send it back to the designer a couple days ago because when it's at full power, there's like 10 different settings and it blinks and it's got LEDs that shine and blink and move in different colors. And then once it died, it was like one strand died, then another strand died, then suddenly it's just dying. So, but we like. When we play a festival like this, it's really important because you're playing a lot of people that know you and a lot of people that don't know you.
Yeah.
And that's the secret. That's how you gain new fans. And like you said, when people see you live and people come to these shows to see as many bands as they can.
Possible.
They walk away, okay, we wanted to see Avenged or we wanted to see Slayer, but they're walking away as Fozzy fans. And that's so important, and that's why festivals like this are worth so much in kind of fan currency for us.
Yeah. So what's your plans after festival season? We're going on a fall tour anytime?
Yeah,
soon?
well, like I said, our record comes out in July, so we're doing the tour this month, which is kind of a hodgepodge tour. It's some festivals, it's some shows with Buck Cherry, it's some headlining shows on our own, and then we go to England for Download, which is a really big version of Rock on the Range, and then we got a month to do more promotion until the record comes out, and then we go back on the road and start touring. And it's interesting because when you spend time doing a new record, every band says, like, this is the best record we've ever done. And you should say that, right? But you're always kind of thinking, like, I hope the fans agree. And with Lights Go Out, it's been above and beyond just this crazy reaction. And I think when the record comes out, it's going to continue.
I think so, too. I mean, your fans already love the song. I mean, it's been spinning on rock. We get good reviews on it and stuff. And I'm sure with the next single coming out and the whole album next month.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you want, right?
It's so hard to keep up with, too, with all the albums. Like, they're all coming out this June and July. And it's like, oh, I just can't.
Summer's a good time for rock and roll. And I mean, like I said, I'm glad that there's still a thriving music business. Rock and roll still is alive and well, especially at shows like this, especially when bands keep putting out great material. And that's the most important thing. You know, you can download a record, but you can't download the live experience. You can't download a T-shirt. You can't download that feeling that you get. So, you know, we're putting out records to kind of to be able to support the live shows. So there's a different change in the way the music business works, but it still can thrive and it can still be very healthy.
Now, you said you were headlining some tours. Who's going to be with you on there? Have you guys picked your little baby bands?
Well, no, it's funny because on this tour, like I said, it's a bit of a hodgepodge tour because everybody's doing festivals. So we're all putting together dates to stay on the road in between festivals. So, like I said, we're doing shows with Buck Cherry, supporting. Then we do other shows. We had one show where King was supporting, another show with Genesis Syndrome, another show with Ice to Kill, another show with Josta, another show with, like, Mindset Evolution. There's like this real Adelita's Way. Like, there's just this Heaven's Basement. Like, but it's just for one show, and then you'll play with the band, and then you're like, okay, bye guys, see you around.
See you next time.
Yeah, so it's a real kind of just throwing darts against the wall and putting together whoever's in the area at the time.
All right. Well, I look forward to seeing your new album coming out soon. What was the date one more time?
Do you want to start a war?
Do you want? No, it's the date.
Oh, sorry. Do you want to start a war? Huh? The date is July 22nd.
July 22nd. So, Rockheads, we have to get that very soon.
Yes.